Today, I'm going to compare two of the struggling year 3 quarterbacks in the NFL, Justin Fields
to the end zone, reaching up, does he make the catch?
And Mac Jones.
Needed, 2nd and goal. As Jones goes to the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown.
Let's start things off with Justin Fields. Just a quick reminder that you can use code 2GOLD for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek to any event. And also, if you end up liking this video, maybe consider subscribing. Justin Fields is 6'3", 227 pounds. I think at this point, we all know how much of an athletic freak Justin Fields is in every aspect of his game, really. Speed, change of direction, agility, juke, height, size, the overall package for a Lamar Jackson type quarterback. Like I said, you probably already knew that. What you might not know is that he has a very strong arm, and it's arguably his most underrated trait as a quarterback in his 3rd year in the NFL. With that arm talent, he's able to zip the football. His release is extremely quick, and the ball gets to where he wants it to go very quickly, to the point where defenders can't make a move on the football. However, he's not able to do that very often. Last year, Justin Fields averaged the longest time to throw at 3.3 seconds, which was actually tied for the same time as Zach Wilson. Not a great stat line you want to be behind. And this year isn't doing him any favors, again averaging 3.24 seconds this year. His time went up from last year. This all results from his inability to make decisions quickly and getting rid of the football. Nobody really knows if it is because he is scared to make a mistake or if he is slow in his progressions, but he holds onto the ball for way too long. He also seems very lackadaisical in the pocket at times. This clip right here shows it best. When you see a quarterback drop back under center, especially in the gun, they typically bounce around on their feet while reading the field and looking for an open receiver until they want to throw the ball, and then they set their feet, sling it. But when Justin Fields drops back, a lot of the times, just like in this clip, you can tell he is way too relaxed and doesn't realize how fast the game is going, so he just keeps bouncing on his feet, which makes him vulnerable to a pass rush. The best players in every sport say that the game is slowed down in their head because they understand every little thing going on. Justin Fields seems like the game is moving too fast in his head, but he acts as if the game is slowed down, which is bad when a typical offensive possession breaks down in 4 seconds. So if he thinks he has all that time, plays like this happen where Justin Fields just gets absolutely rammed. Fields also struggles at times to read NFL defenses, but that is partially because of the lack of motion in the play calling, as well as horrible coaching staff issues Justin has had his entire career, a theme for most of the year 3 quarterbacks. I say partially, but obviously it's not fully his coaching staff's problem that he can't read these NFL defenses, because he just likes to sit on a lot of concepts that don't open up at all for him, especially when there's telltale signs that these concepts won't open up during the play. For some reason, Justin Fields just sits on them, and then whenever it doesn't open up, he just goes straight to his check down. Justin is very good at making plays out of nothing, however, and his footwork and movement out of the pocket are elite, which is why he is still one of the better playmakers on the move, even through all of his struggles. Now let's talk about Mac Jones. Mac is 6'3", 214 pounds. Mac Jones is having it rough for the past 2 years, to say the least. His rookie year was exceptional, and he far exceeded expectations as the replacement to Tom Brady for them. He has a lot of similar traits to a Tom Brady-like quarterback. Obviously, nowhere even close to Tom. Pretty sure that was self-explanatory, but the play style and archetype are very similar. Mac is great at seeing defensive flats and reading the intermediate coverages of the field better than most quarterbacks actually do, hence why his rookie year was so good, and he had close to 70% completion, was top 5 in passing attempts completed in the intermediate areas of the field, 10 to 20 yards, and had one of the best touchdown to interception ratios in the red zone in the entire league his rookie year. He's also able to turn a broken play into a gain if he has time to get to his right, and again, if it's to a check down or in the intermediate areas of the field. I bet you can already tell where the issues are with Mac Jones here. For starters, Mac is not athletic, not even in the slightest. He also might have one of the worst, if not the worst, arm talent of every starting quarterback in the league, both in strength and precision playmaking. Mac also gets rid of the ball way too quickly, and his reads are way too fast. He doesn't give himself time to actually make a proper decision, hence why he is so bad at reading defenders jumping on passes, and why sometimes it just looks like he's literally passing it straight to a cornerback or a safety. He's also not good at throwing the ball away, and Mac Jones takes a lot of sacks. Doesn't help that he has a horrible offensive line, but it's still a stat that needs to be noted. Maybe this is because he isn't athletic, or maybe he just gets overwhelmed, but both things are what you don't want to see in a quarterback at all. It's okay if your quarterback isn't athletic, but you absolutely need to make up for it by having the core traits every quarterback needs to succeed, and Mac, while having shown signs of it his rookie season, is struggling to keep up right now in the NFL. I mean, dude's getting balled on by a guy who was drafted last out of literally everyone in the entire draft. Now let's talk about the differences between the two. The clear-cut difference for these two young, struggling quarterbacks is that Justin Fields has a horrendous coaching staff around him during his development, while Mac Jones has horrendous pieces around him during his development. I mean, Mac Jones has had bums to throw to his entire career, except for Ramondre Stevenson, which is why the Patriots love to run a bunch of check-down screens. Mac has had a defensive-minded coach in Bill Belichick, yes, and his offensive coordinators have been actual dumpster fires, but at least they try to follow traditional West Coast formations for Mac to slowly transition into and ease his way into dropping back under center, giving himself time to read through his progressions, or giving himself a great bootleg option off of play action plays, compared to Justin Fields, who literally has coaches making up nonsense as they go. I mean, sometimes I don't understand what the Bears play calling is, but it has never worked for the past like almost decade now at this point. Coaching and team building aside though, Justin Fields is way more athletic and has superior arm talent to Mac Jones, but Mac Jones reads his checkdowns better than Justin Fields does. With both of the quarterbacks heavily struggling, the one I would rather build around going into the future is Justin Fields. Even through all of the nonsense, Fields is super competitive, determined to get better every week he plays, has a high spirit, and has shown so much promise finally going into week 6. Whereas I think Mac has finally hit his ceiling, even though, yes, he has zero help and doesn't have an offensive line and doesn't have anyone to throw to and hasn't had great coaching. I still don't think Mac is gonna be the guy to be able to give your team the plays in order to succeed in postseason success, especially in a quarterback-driven league. Mac Jones, in my opinion, doesn't have the mind or the talent to be a starter in the NFL. But Justin Fields could still be something, and especially with DJ Moore and the number 1 and number 2 overall picks in the draft, I think Justin Fields could still be good. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.